Y'all. Welcome back to Moments with Miss Amy. I am so glad you joined me. I hope today you are having a phenomenal day because I'm going to tell you what I am. It is so good to be with friends, right? And it is so good to be with family that you're friends with. And that's exactly the position that I am in right now. And I have to tell you, I think it makes so much difference in how you perceive what's going on in your life and how your day is going when you're around friends, when you're around people who make you feel good. At least it does for me. And I think one of the things that blows my mind the most is those types of relationships that you may not see each other for a year. But when you get back together again, you pick up just as if that year had never even happened. You're laughing about some of the same things. You're sharing some of the same stories. You're joking around, and it feels good. It really does. And I think that for me, realizing the value of relationships, realizing the importance of friendships is something that I have myself really seen and noticed, but I've also really tried to put into my children for them to understand and realize how important it is to pay attention to who's around you and to actually grow and nurture the relationships that are good relationships. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're going to kind of step off in a direction. I've got a scripture, of course. You know me, got it written down. And it is 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. And so this scripture here is a great reminder to surround yourself with people who encourage you, who uplift you. Over the years, I've had some friendships that have kind of been more on the acquaintance type of line. I didn't pursue them as more of a relationship, as more of a friendship, because they didn't encourage and uplift me. Now, it's not just the responsibility of my friend or my family or anyone else to encourage and uplift me. No one else is responsible for how I feel, okay? That's an important one. I need to be the one who can self-motivate myself, who can self-encourage myself. But it's also so important to be around people who are encouraging. There have been times throughout my life that I have met people, hung out just a little bit, and found out that they were just dragging me down. I mean, some people are just so negative. Y'all have probably picked up already from my videos, I'm not into negative. No, I'm a happy person and I want to be a happy person. I choose to be a happy person. Does that mean that I never have down days? Come on, y'all. I'm human, like for real. Okay, we all have down days, down moments. But I'm not sticking in for like down weeks, months, years. That's not happening. So I choose not to create a close friendship and a close relationship with people who don't have that same kind of mindset. Now, there's a story from years ago, and I know it was in the church where we had heard it, but I can't honestly tell you like who told the story and where it came from. But I do know it was something that my daughter Georgia actually used in teaching later on in one of her classes. And it was just a really phenomenal story about how, like, if you stand up on a chair, okay, and if you're standing on this chair and you're signifying right choices and positive living, things like that, and someone is down off of the chair, standing near you, is it easier for you to lift them up onto that chair with you, or is it easier for them to actually get you off balance and pull you off of the chair? And she was using it to teach smaller children to make better choices. And it was great. But if you think about that, even in your regular life, in your daily life, what friends are there that you climb right up onto the chair with to stay up there with positive? And what friends are there out there that are down below trying to pull you off of the chair and into the negative? So be wise about your friendships. I don't mean like just boom, cut anybody off if they're having a bad day. No, 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 no. But what you need to think about is, if I'm going through a tough time, who are my true friends? Who is going to stick with me and encourage? And who am I sticking with and encouraging? And make sure that you cherish those relationships. Make sure that you pour into those relationships, because not everyone is like that. And not every relationship can just sit stagnant for any length of time and pick right back up where it left off. Like I said, there are those that do, and that's amazing and that's incredible. But that doesn't give cause to not check in on a friendship, not, pour into that. If there's somebody that has crossed your mind as I'm talking to you about this, that you haven't gotten a hold of in a while, that is a true, encouraging, great friend. Maybe life's just got busy and you haven't gotten back a hold of them. Maybe you guys just had something happen, something small that you need to get a hold and say, hey, I don't want that little thing to destroy the friendship that we have. So I hope that this video encourages you to think of someone like that, to step out, to reach back out to them. Now, if you're happening to think to yourself, wow, I don't have any real friendships, I want you to know that there's one out there who loves you and who is a friend to you, even if you don't personally know him yet, and that's Jesus. If you have any questions about that, I would love for you to private message me. My email is actually in my about info, and I would love to share information with you about that. Or if you happen to know someone who is a friend of Jesus that can share it with you, that's amazing too. But let's just say that you're feeling like, I really don't have any close friends. Don't get down on yourself. First of all, be a friend to yourself. It's crazy how much you attract friendships and people when you start to give yourself positive love. It's like, I don't know, you know those lights that they hang out there that the bugs come to? I mean, that's probably not the best analogy, because bugs come and they hit the light and they die, and that's a little gross. But it's still the same. It's attractive, okay? When you're friends with yourself, when you're a happy person to be around, it draws more people. Now, what if in your nature, you generally are not an upbeat and happy person? Not everybody's like me and just bouncy and blah, everybody knows Miss Amy. She's always so happy. Not everybody's like that. And you know what? I'm not always 100% this energy, okay? But if you take and look at yourself and think, okay, when I'm out and about, am I generally frowning or smiling? Chances are, if you're sitting somewhere like this, just watching everything go around, the only people you're going to attract are people you really don't want to be with all the time, okay? So it's important that you think about it. When you pass a mirror, smile at yourself, or at least give yourself a little bit more of a positive look in the face, okay? Because that's the mirror. That's the picture everyone else sees. If you've thought to yourself throughout this video, wow, I haven't really been very encouraging to my friends lately. Guess what? It can change just like that. All of a sudden, you can start being more encouraging. Think about it. Look at your friends. Think about what they could use encouragement on. Maybe somebody's working on losing weight. Be encouraging. Don't come walking up to them with a candy bar. Seriously, go get an apple with them, okay? Maybe, they're struggling through some things with school and they just need somebody, to encourage them. Maybe they're having some tough family times and they're not very encouraging to you because of all that's dragging them down, but they've always been that friend that was encouraging. Be there with them. Sometimes just sitting with a friend and just being there is all that's needed. Because I know some of you are thinking to yourself, I don't even know what I would say to encourage somebody. Sometimes it's just the presence, just being with them that's encouraging. And you can do that. It's really simple to step up and be the friend that you want to have. And I'm telling you, the more that you step out and do that, you're going to find the healthier, stronger, better friendships that you have. And it's an incredible feeling to know that you have friends that are as close as family. In fact, some of them, there's no reason why you can't be friends with family. But it's amazing how much fuller your life is when you know that you have friendships that are encouraging each other and uplifting each other, and that are strong friendships for when the tough times hit. Because I'm going to tell you, y'all, tough times are going to hit. Like, there is no question of that. It's just part of life. We always, like, there's goods, there's bads, there's, where it goes kind of level, but then there's goods and bads. And during that time, having friends that you know you can turn to encourage you, uplift you, just be with you, is definitely a great thing to have. So I hope that this video has helped you out. I hope that, you've done a little bit of thinking, maybe even considered the friend that you are and realized, I could be a better friend. Yeah, you can. And I'd be excited to hear about what you've changed. And I consider you a friend. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't already, make sure that you click like. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Click that little bell so you know when I drop a video. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next time on Moments with Miss Amy. See you, friend.